Hello, and welcome to getting started with using IFC in Tekla BIMsight. In this tutorial, I will show you how simplebim enables you to use IFC models effectively and professionally in Tekla BIMsight, ultimately to greatly enhance your design coordination. If you don't already have a simplebim, please get your free trial now from datacubist.com. Tekla BIMsight is a great tool for design coordination. You can combine the models, run class detections, add and share nodes, and even create presentations and animations using BIM. However, when you try to actually use the IFC models and their building information in BIMsight, you might find yourself overwhelmed and even confused by the data. Look at this model, for example. All the data was imported, all, even the grid lines. There's all this data noise of unnecessary objects and properties in the model, and it makes the data hard to use and even to trust. But let's try to use it anyway. I can, of course, filter the model, for example, by the building object class. Fine. How about by building stories? No, I can't find the information. How about construction type? Nope. Maybe if I search for a construction type value, I know must be in there. Okay, I found it. But if this was a model by another architect or company, the value would probably be somewhere else. So how do I know I'm looking at the right properties and the right values? How can I be sure that the values are there in the first place? What I'm looking for is to get to the sort of same situation as with drawings. To the situation where I know that the designer has carefully went through and placed the data to the papers. I want to get the same feeling of trust to the data, but with the power of BIM. Now let's see how we can start building that trust and make the data easier to use with the help of simplebim. Okay, here's the original IFC dump I got from ArchiCAD in simplebim. I could edit the model manually, but since we have created a very nice template for automating the editing process, I will use that one. If you are not familiar how to trim and edit the models in simplebim, please check the dedicated simplebim tutorials. So all I have to do is to apply the template to the model, like this. The template targeted the model especially to use in BIMsight. It automatically trimmed all the unnecessary object classes away. I only need walls, slabs, beams, and columns for my work in Tekla BIMsight in this example. I might want to exclude these surrounding buildings also. Also, the unnecessary properties were automatically trimmed away. This way I get much less confusion in Tekla BIMsight and much smaller IFC file. Finally, the template even created a custom property sets for me to use in Tekla BIMsight. Here's the object types and building stories and even object class information. Surprisingly enough, property sets are probably the best and most consistent way of using IFC data in Tekla BIMsight. You will see in a minute. First, let's quickly export the edited model back to IFC. I go back to Tekla BIMsight and let's see what I got. Okay, there's only the objects I need, so the model is much easier to read. Let's check the properties. Yes, here they are, and they are easy to find and use. Now I can manage my model very nicely. Here are the walls, for example. Here are the objects by their building stories. Here are the walls and their construction types. Cool. This will greatly enhance my design coordination and model management. Now let's make a quick conflict check to the model. For that, I need another model. Here I am back in simplebim. I will use the same template as before, this time to a HVAC model. This time I got also system name to my property sets. This should again make my model much easier to manage. Let's see. I export the edited model back to IFC and import it to the BIMsight project. Now let's create a new conflict check. I use the properties to get the right set of objects visible and save my sets. Let's take beams and columns. Against supply system. Okay, now I'm ready. Let's run it. Good. I don't get thousands of unmanageable results, but instead a short manageable list. This information I can actually use for design coordination and to give instructions to the designers. Okay, now it's time to try it with your own models. Please make sure to check other simplebim tutorials from our website or simplebim YouTube channel. My name is Sakari Lehtinen. Thank you for watching. See you next time.